people can watch this back if they need to. It's just coming up to 7 o'clock now, so I'll get started and they can join in if they want to. So if you, we'll start standing up for this one. So this is HIIT yoga. I'm not sure if you've done it before. It is a Tabata style format, so we'll start with a quick warm up and then we'll go into these 3 rounds. Each round has 5 different movements. You work out for 45 seconds, and in the 25-second rest between each movement, I'll demonstrate the next one. In between each round, there's a minute break, and I've structured the rounds this term, so you're doing some mobilization, some strength stuff, and then some like cardio calorie burners as well at the end. So you should be feeling pretty worked out by the end of it. Take it at your own pace, do as many reps as you feel comfortable. I'll give you progressions, give you options, and it should be pretty good fun. So a lot of people enjoy this one, so I hope you do too. So if you just come to the center or the front of your mats, and we'll just begin by rolling our shoulders back and down, maybe 5 times backwards, and then 5 times forwards. When you've done 5 times in both directions, we're going to inhale to lift one arm up, reaching up tall. Exhale, reach all the way over to the other side. Inhale back to center, switching over the arms. Exhale, reach all the way over to the opposite side again. So just 5 rotations on each side, just moving in your own time with your own breath. Really acknowledging that kind of stretch down the side and opening up of the side body, and then also helping yourself fold. Using a little bit of strength as well to keep the chest lifted, so don't just collapse into your sides. Think about lifting through the side around the kind of upper back area to create a nice bend. Last one each side. And then this time take the arms out wide. We're going to wrap the arms as we twist to look behind the body and just let them fall at the top of the shoulder and the lower back. 6 to 8 rotations. Think about lengthening in the middle. Last one each way. And then come back to center and we'll come into ragdoll pose. So we're going to inhale as we lift all the way up, extended Tadasana. Bend at the knees slightly and then exhale as you fold forwards. Think about drawing that chest over the thighs, crown of the head towards the floor, and then just take opposite hand to opposite elbow. And you can swing from side to side. You can hop up and down. You can just stay still. Whatever you need to do, just feel the stretch in the back of the hamstrings, the glutes and the lower back. If you ever have any lower back pain, this is a really good one for you guys. Take a few deep breaths. And then take the hands to the floor and step back to down facing dog. So down facing dog is an upside down V shape. Think about gripping the mat with your fingertips, pressing down through the knuckles and pushing the crown of the head towards the floor. And we'll just begin by pedaling out the legs, opening up the calves, the hips, the hamstrings, the ankles and the feet. And then on the next inhale, you're going to step the right foot outside of the right hand, dropping the back knee to the floor. Inhale as you lift and twist with your right hand up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, see if you can tap that elbow to the floor by your foot. Don't worry if you can't reach. We're going to do 5 elbow taps on the right. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to reach down with that elbow. Last one. And then replace the hand when you've done 5. Take the foot back to down facing dog, and then we'll switch to the other side. So left foot comes outside of left hand, dropping the right knee to the floor, sinking into that lizard lunge position, and then inhaling as you lift and twist. Exhale to elbow to floor. And again, just 5 on the left. 3, 4, the last one, 5, and then we're going to plant the hands, step back to down facing dog. Walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat, find your Uttanasana forward fold. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of the mat, find your squat stance. Inhale as you come all the way up, palms together at the top. Exhale as you come all the way down into your garland pose or squat. So think about keeping a nice upright torso. If that means your heels are lifted off the floor, that's absolutely fine. I'd much rather you there. And you can just take a few bounces, in the bottom of that squat to just gradually open up the hips. You can rock from side to side, just spend a bit of time getting used to that. And then inhale to come all the way up again, heel toe the feet back underneath you. Exhale as you fold forwards, Uttanasana, forward fold. Walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat, find your plank position. Option to drop the knees if you need to. And then exhale, low plank. Inhale, press up to cobra. Open up that front body with a few figure of eights. Change direction if you can. And then tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog, walk the feet all the way in towards the front of the mat. Come back to that Uttanasana, forward fold. Take ragdoll one last time if you want to. And then inhale as you come all the way up, extended Tadasana, exhale, release. Okay, so we'll start with the mobilization round, which we're going to do some stability drills as well. I'll demonstrate the first one before I start the clock. Just make sure all of this is on. There we go. And yeah, okay, so the first one is a scat press. Let me try and get to that. So the first one's a scat press. You can either do this kneeling with your hands under shoulders, knees under hips, or you can do this in a plank position for a more kind of strengthening, for a more progressive option. So you'll get just as much load from kneeling unless you want to start to bring in the full core. So think about bracing your core, keeping everything from your bra line down absolutely still and looking at those elbows. You're then going to dip the chest through the arms, so you're squeezing the shoulder blades together and then pressing the ground away, so you're almost hollowing out the chest, pulling the shoulder blades apart. So it's a very small movement. You're just literally going to go up and down for 45 seconds. If you find it's getting quite tough, you can just come back to extended child's pose, take a few breaths and come back up. So just take it as easy as you need to. And this clock will start in 10 seconds. So hopefully you should hear it. So you're setting yourself up in that kneeling position or plank position, wherever you need to be. And then you're just going to dip the chest down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then press the ground away, pull the shoulder blades apart. So no need to go fast for this. Really think about what your spine's doing. Think about keeping that lower body absolutely still and just moving through the chest and the shoulders.
Halfway there.
You're halfway there, so you're probably feeling this already. It's a really good one for strengthening your rhomboids, your scapular muscles, helping with shoulder stability, and really protecting the shoulder as well if you've got any injuries or you like to do your lifting. So you've got 3 seconds left, and then we are on to the next one.
Rest.
So staying down on the floor, we're going to come into a low lunge. Setting ourselves up, we're going to inhale to reach forwards with the heart pointing a nice and long spine. And then as we exhale, tuck the toes and pull back into pyramid pose. So you're now getting a nice hamstring stretch. Inhale back to low lunge. Exhale back to pyramid. At halfway, we will swap and do the other side. So in 3, 2, 1, set yourself up, low lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, pyramid. So really thinking that pyramid pose about reaching the body, folding it forwards over that leg. See if you can get one more in before the halfway mark. We're coming up to it in any second now, so get ready to change. Switching over.
Halfway there.
Finding that low lunge on the other side, reaching the heart forwards, finding that extension in the hip flexor, and then exhaling to pull back into pyramid pose. So again, just take your time with this. Work within your movement range. You've got 5 seconds left. And in 3, 2, 1. So we're going to come up to standing. We're going to come into our goddess position with our arms cactus out to the side. Drop a knee to the floor. And then we're going to come into a low lunge. Circle the arms up, cactus the arms back. Inhale to lift back to goddess. Drop the knee to the floor, circle the arms, cactus the arms down. Come back to goddess. So that's the poses. When you're ready, find yourself in goddess pose. Drop a knee to the floor, circle the arms, cactus. Inhale to lift, exhale, goddess. Drop the knee to the floor, circle the arms, cactus. Inhale to lift, exhale to goddess. So dropping that knee to the floor, twisting to the short edge of the mat. Exhale as you cactus. Inhale to lift. Exhale, circle the arms. Inhale, sorry, cactus, and then inhale to lift. So just in your own time, finding those positions. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. The next one is simply down dog to cobra. So finding your down dog position and then inhaling as you roll through, dropping the hips and coming up into cobra, and then exhaling to push back. If you want to, you can start to play with a spinal roll in this as well. Or you can just simply push from one to the other, whatever you need. And when you're ready, go. So set yourself up in that down facing dog position. Inhale to roll forwards, drop the hips, look up, come to cobra. Exhale, push back to down facing dog. If you want to spend a bit of time there pedaling out the legs and then coming into cobra and maybe wiggling from side to side, do whatever your body feels like it needs. This is your mobilization round.
Halfway there.
So ease into those joints, ease into those movements. Let your body explore how they feel. See if you can find any areas of tightness. You've just got one left after this round and you've got 10 seconds of this movement left. Really good.
Rest.
The final one of this round is a simple crouch curl. So you're going to come all the way down to your Uttanasana forward fold. Plant your hands on the floor, and then as you inhale, lift your heels off the floor, tuck your nose towards your knees and come into this crouch position. And then as you exhale, press out and come back to that forward fold. So you should feel this stretch in the hamstrings. So you're just simply going to limber from one to the other. And when you're ready, set yourself up. Find that nice forward fold position. Inhale to lift those heels. Exhale to fold. Inhale to curl. Tucking the nose towards the knee. Exhale to fold.
Halfway there.
You're over halfway, so keep going. You've got this, girls. Really good. You should feel this definitely in your hamstrings. It'll also help relieve your glutes, your lower back.
10 seconds.
You have just 10 seconds left, and then you've got a whole minute's worth of rest before we start the next round. I'm just going to grab a glass of water. So you've got a minute's now worth of rest. Catch a drink if you need to. And we're going into the strengthening round. So I will demonstrate the first movement now, and then we'll demonstrate in between the other movements for the next ones. So we're going to come into a prone position to start, and we're simply going to pull ourselves back. So hands are under shoulders. We're going to make a hollow hold with our body and press our hands into the floor. Sorry, hands out in front of you, and you're going to press through your forearms like a forearm plank, but we're just literally pulling the ribs off the floor and hollowing out the body, and then inhaling to come back down. So you could almost come to Sphinx if you want to, but the strength is in that hollow hold. So really brace the core, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze those ribs down towards your pelvis. You've got 4 seconds to set yourself up. So it's a kind of forearm plank, dropping the knees and pulling back, and then letting the hips come to the floor, and then exhaling as you pull back. So it's called a prone pullback. You should really feel this across the core. It also will probably strengthen your lats, your forearm, your arms, because you're engaging your arms as well in this. So really brace that core, maybe count to 3, and then let the core relax, and then come back and count to 3 again.
10 seconds.
And then relax. So you've got 10 seconds left. When you're ready, we're going to come up into a standing position for the next movement.
Rest.
And rest. So we're going to come into our warrior. We're going to switch sides. We're going to inhale to come into warrior 1. Release the hands behind us, pull the shoulders back, and hold the body over that front leg. From here, you're then going to release the hands and then shoot up into warrior three, step back, come back to your humble warrior, and then shoot up. So you should feel this in your legs. At halfway, we'll switch. So warrior, your back foot is flat to the floor, and you're shooting your body over that front leg, and then using all the muscles in that front leg to lift into that warrior three, and then controlled lowering back to that humble warrior. So you don't have to clasp the hands, you could just focus on putting the chest towards the arms, so aeroplane arms to spine. Just feel the burn in those quads as you lift into that warrior three and hold the humble warrior. Brilliant.
10 seconds.
Really good. Really good. And relax.
Rest.
The next one we've got is a simple plank hold. So option one, obviously a kneeling plank is always an option. Tuck the toes for option two and come into your usual plank. If this is not enough for you, then you can do a plank balance for half and then a plank balance for the other half. Hold for as long as you can and then come back down and take a rest in child's pose. Reset and give it another go. Okay, so set yourself up, find your plank position, brace that core. So really think about keeping that tailbone tucked down. Don't let the bum pike. Try and keep those hips nice and low. So you're needing to squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs even. Squeeze your inner thighs. The wider your feet are, you might find it slightly easier if you're in a plank. You're over halfway now, girls, so you've got this. Keep holding, keep bracing. If you're doing that plank balance, you should have swapped by now.
10 seconds.
You've got 10 seconds left. And relax. So the next one, you can either come into chair pose and do simple single leg squats, maybe doing 5 pulses on one side and 5 the other, or you can take the leg back, slide the knee, tap the knee to the floor, come back and switch sides, taking 3 seconds down and then 1 second up. So sliding the leg back, tapping the knee.
Let's go.
If you can, try not to use the foot on the floor at all as you take that knee back. It's quite hard. I certainly can't do it, but some people can. So you're keeping the body weight as far forwards as you can and then lifting up. So you're engaging those glutes. The trick is to keep nose over toes, keep the body weight forwards, keep flat throughout the foot. You're over halfway. This is a good pistol progression for those of you working towards your pistol squat. It will build the strength up in your legs where you need it. It'll also teach you the balance required too. You've got 10 seconds left and then we've just got one more movement. 3 seconds to go and relax. The final one is a dolphin press. So you're going to come into dolphin pose with your hands interlaced together, thumbs on top. Press back into your dolphin pose through the forearms, and then you're going to take nose to thumbs or nose to ground and press back. So always push the head through the arms. Exhale as you reach forwards, inhale to push back. So set yourself up, whichever position you need. If dolphin is enough of a posture for you, then feel free to just hang out here for a static hold, pressing through those forearms. So your head should never touch the floor. There should be enough space through the lift that you create in your arms to keep the crown of your head off the floor. You are coming up to halfway, so see if you can do maybe 3 more. You could alternate between nose taps and floor taps if you need a kind of interim progression. And 10 seconds left to go, and then you're getting a whole minute's worth of rest before we go into our final round, which is your calorie burning cardio round. And rest. So the next round is going to be a sweaty one. It's your burning round. The first movement we have is alternating lunges. So there's several options for this. So you can take one leg back and simply step back and forth. You can go forwards if you want to. If you prefer lunging forwards, you can do it forwards. The other option is a jumping lunge. So you're going to jump from one to the other for a more cardio intensive workout. So you choose whichever one you want to do. Stepping is absolutely fine. Just try and do the same amount of reps on each side. You have 15 more seconds of rest, so grab some water if you want to, and get ready to burn some calories. So set yourself up. We've got 3 seconds to go, and you're either doing that step back, step together, step back, or step forwards, or those jumping lunges. Your hands can go above you if you want, or just by your sides, wherever you need to be. Really good. Make sure you steady yourself, so just take as long as you need as well. Although this is meant to be quite a quick movement, just go within your capabilities, and you can mix and match. You have just 10 seconds left nearly of work, and then you get to rest for 25 seconds. The next movement we have is firefly. So I'm going to do it as a side angle so you can see. We're going to come from this down facing dog position, take one leg up and back, and then take the elbow outside of the knee, kick back, and we're just going to do one side, and then halfway, switch, and do the other side. So you're getting some lateral core in as well.
Let's go.
So set yourself up in that down facing dog position. Send one leg high and tap to the outside of that elbow. The higher you can get your knee up, the harder it will be. So if you can reach up your bicep with it, that's absolutely fine. You're just coming up to halfway now. So one more rep and then change.
Halfway there.
So switch sides, set yourself up, and start again on the other side. See if you can reach the same number of reps if you were keeping count. That's your target.
10 seconds.
And then we're on to the next movement in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rest.
The next movement is goddess to chair jump. So we're coming into that goddess position as we exhale, and then inhaling to jump and catch in chair. Exhale to goddess, jump, catch in chair. If you want to, you can step out and step in, step out and step in. So wherever you need to be, the jumping is obviously more cardio intensive. Set yourself up, jump as you inhale to catch in chair, exhale to goddess. Arms, you can do the straight and the cactus, or you can just do whatever you want with them really. The movement's in the legs, as I'm sure you can feel. Try and keep that chest nice and high in both of them. Try and keep that core nice and braced as well. Shake it out if you need to, we're halfway. And then we've just got 2 more movements left. Really good, girls. You've got 10 seconds to go. Really nice. Lovely, and rest. The next one is down facing dog to chair. So you're going to come from this down facing dog position, bend at the knees, pounce, jump, and then catch in chair. Come back, jump back, press back to down facing dog, jump, catch in chair. You can step back, step forwards, step back, step forwards. So whichever variation you need. The jump's obviously more cardio intensive. If you want to challenge yourself in that jump, see if you can find a float as you press into the ground. It might take you a bit longer, but it will deepen your practice. Really brace that core. Think about keeping that tailbone tucked under in the chair.
Halfway there.
Lovely, really good. You're over halfway, so see if you can get maybe 1 or 2 more in now. And then we've just got one last movement of this final round before we do a nice cool down. Really good. Really, really good. And in 3, 2, 1. We're going to come from a seated position into our pistol roll. So you can either extend one leg, keep one tucked, and press into the ground like so, or you can come from a seated position and then just lift and lift. If you want to, You can try and roll all the way up to standing and then come down. Or you can do both feet together and come up to standing. So if you want to get more cardio, do the roll all the way up to standing. Try both feet, try one foot, try the other, mix and match. So you could do both feet, roll to standing, and then come down, and then try some single leg catches as a variation, or
halfway there.
both feet, roll to standing, and then single legs, roll to standing. Ooh. Which isn't always that easy. There's always one leg that's weaker than the other. You got 5 seconds to go. See if you can get one more in. And rest. Well done. So, if you just want to grab some water if you need it, and then we're going to just come back and sit in wide leg child's pose. So taking the knees out, wide, toes together, reaching forwards with the hands, forehead to the floor. And just take 5 deep breaths. Take a moment to calm the heart rate down. One more deep breath all the way in. And then slowly come back up onto all fours. From here we're going to take the left leg into a low lunge. Set yourself up into that nice low lunge, roll the shoulders back and down, feel the stretch in the hip flexor. Maybe take a few moments to just bounce into that hip flexor, open up the groin, and then we're going to take left arm back to right foot if you can reach, and just pulse that heel in towards your quad for a quick couch stretch. And then hold for 3, 2, 1, exhale, release, and step back with the left foot, come through with the right foot, switching sides, setting yourself up in that nice low lunge, rolling those shoulders back and down, eye gaze forwards, reaching the heart through. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, maybe take a few bounces, open up those hip flexors, and then reaching back with that right arm this time to your left foot, pulling the heel in towards the glute if you can, feeling that quad stretch, ow! And then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Step back, walk the feet all the way in to your Uttanasana forward fold, and then just slowly come down into a seated position on your mat, legs straight out in front of you. Flexing the toes back towards you, pulling the fleshy bits of your bum up from underneath your sit bones. So we're going to inhale as we lift and lengthen, and then exhale as we reach forwards. Bringing our chest over our thighs, nose towards our toes. Take a couple of deep breaths. I'm sorry, the dog's trying to get out of the cage, bless him, the little pup. Couple more deep breaths. Last one, all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come all the way up. Slide your bum now down towards your heels, come onto your back. Take your arms out wide in a T-shaped position, palms facing down, and just lift your heels off the floor, keep your toes grounded. We're then just going to drop the knees from side to side for a couple of window wipers to finish. Trying to keep those shoulders nice and glued to the floor. Stretching up the spine, the lower back, opening up the chest, and giving your glutes a little massage as well. One more each side, and then slowly bring your knees in towards your chest, hug them with both arms, maybe give your back a little massage as you rock from side to side, and then whenever you're ready, just slowly roll over and come all the way up to seated. Take one final deep inhale as you lift your hands up above your heads, palms together, and as we exhale to the forehead, kind thoughts, to the lips, kind words, to the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.